Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makar, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hope of the elect. All right, it's Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? How has the golden city ceased? All right, because that's the future of this place, man. All right, to be ultimately destroyed. All right, and it's gonna come a time where Esau, who's been ruling, through with the sword for so long, all right, he's gonna begin to get mocked, all right, by the Israelites, of course, and by the nations. As it's gonna continue to go on in the chapter, man. All right, this man who has been ruling with vigor, all right. This man who has been weakening the nations, all right, destroying the nations, stealing everybody's culture, has exalted himself on the earth as if he is the Most High. All right, he's gonna go from the very top, all right, to the very bottom. All right, Esau is in his heaven right now, man. By him being able to rule, the nations really following after him. All right, and everything he does, he's the quote unquote trendsetter, if you will. All right, all the nations follow his wickedness, man. All right, to drink his wine. All right, all his philosophies, man, they swallow him down. All right, but this man is going to go from that exalted position to being what he is, the lowest among the heathen. All right. So how have the oppressor ceased? And how have the golden city ceased? The golden city being Babylon, right? This place that you know is America. All right. This is going to be completely eradicated. That's why this place is likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, which we know is an inhabitable land at this point. Nothing grows there, nothing flourishes. It's just there, and that's what this place is going to be. It's just going to be the biggest desert on the world. So when this man is knocked out of his rulership, all right, of course, his leadership is going to be taken away from him, and his land that's been exalted on the earth, all right, because this place was really admired at one point. Now nations hate this place. The people in this place hate this place. But this nation was admired, and it was the golden city, on the earth. All right, but now it's just some bullshit, man. All right, especially being led by Nero 47. All right, the nations continue to grow more and more angry, and hate this place more and more. Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation amongst the nations? All right, Esau being the hammer of the earth. All right, beating on these nations with what? His military. As we know, Esau's blessing is a sword. His military, dominates the world. So that's why the scripture said that. How is the hammer of the earth broken and cut asunder? All right, this being a future prophecy, of course. All right. How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? How is the Babylon ceased? All right, because when you look at the spirit of the people in this place, it's like when you look at the spirit of the people in this place, they don't think this place can be touched. All right, this is big bad America, big bad Babylon the Great. Nobody wants to come up against it. At least that's how the people feel and the leadership feel. All right, that's why Daniel would say he had to look more stout than his fellows. That's why he speaks with such pride and arrogance. All right, because he feel like they know what it is. We World War I them, World War II them, all these wars, dropping bombs, killing motherfuckers, all this, man. So he living off a rep. and nobody respect them because these nations, hey, let the weak say I am strong. These nations got weapons. Not only do they got weapons, they have a thirst for revenge on you because you've been bullying. You know, somebody been kicking your ass that long, and now you feel like you equipped with what you need to fight them now. All right, go fight them with a high level of anger. All right, and you see, you got Iran over there talking about we ain't stopping shit. You know, as far as war, you know, Nero talking about set down the peace treaty, let's do this, that, and the third. And they said no, we want to fight, right? So you see, these nations are no longer afraid of this place, man. All right, and the future of this place is to get wiped off the map. All right, how's the golden city ceased? Man? This place is gonna be a big desert. Nothing's gonna dwell here, man, except certain little creatures or whatever. But as far as Esau rebuilding or anything flourishing in this land, it's gonna be just like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why it's like in the Sodom and Gomorrah. Nothing. You go look it up. Nothing is growing there. Why do shit there? And that's what this place gonna be. It's just gonna be a memorial of what happens to a wicked nation that comes up against Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, and peace. Going back to Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. All right, he who smote the people in wrath, man. All right, with what? With his sword. All right, that's how he smote the people in wrath, with his sword, with his military. That's how he's been dominating, man. All right, and the Most High is taking that blessing away from him. All right, he's not as intimidated as he used to be. You know, he that ruled the nations in anger, because America, all right, is the top nation, or it has been for however many years. All right, and he's ruled over these nations in anger. And every time you don't do what he wants you to do, all right, he gets you with the sword. Man. All right, this man has bullied the nations for years upon years, man. All right, military, financially, he steal your resources. He corrupt your people. All right, with his philosophies, man. That's why you see all these nations, the people rising up against the leader. Oh, this place is unfair. Where do you think they get that from? They want to be lawless, like Americans. The women want to be whores. The men want to be effeminate. You know, they want to eat all type of abominations. They want the kids to rule over the parent. You know, everything that happens in this place, the citizens of other places long to live like that, man. All right, because it's lawlessness, man. There's no order to it, you know. Revelation 18:2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice and said, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All these nations is in bed. That's why they say all the nations have committed fornication with her. That's where you get all this democracy shit. Uh, all the idolatry that goes on. You know, America is the tip of the spear for all the wickedness, the Edomites, right? Or the tip of the spear for all the wickedness that goes on in this place, man. All right. So the Most High is going to judge this place, man. And you notice I keep saying Babylon is falling because it's going to be such a, the nations is going to be in awe. All right. Everybody's going to be in awe that this place is getting totally destroyed. All right. Because for so long, everybody damn thought, it was untouchable, man. All right. The Most High is going to show them they're just men. All right. Esau is a strong fellow, with his carnality on the earth. All right, but compared to Yahweh Shem outside, tiny. There is no weaponry that you can use against the Most High and His Son. All right. So not only is Esau going to be judged, but two nations going to be judged too. Of course, Esau being the number one enemy of Jacob. Our two nations are guilty too for being in league with him. Psalms 83 talks about them being coming together with one consent against the Israelites, against Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, but also against the Israelites. All y'all gonna pay for that. Esau even has that in his judicial system. It's a charge called guilt by association. Or conspire. It's like something when you conspire with somebody to do some shit. So that's what the nations is going to be here. You want to use joy done to them in the crime, all right? So you get judged too, all right? Just like if, for example, if somebody, you driving a car, somebody hop out and rob the Rite Aid and hop in your shit, you might not even know they did it, even though the nations are privy to what Esau do. But just for example, you might not even know they did it, but you was with them, so you going down with them. So the nations is going down with him, all right? Got rich off this place, rich off the Israelites, with all your visas. You come here, you set up shop, get money off Israel to go back to your homeland. All y'all have been what they call complicit in the oppression of the Israelites. And Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, will judge all y'all niggas for that. All you heathen nations. All right, continuing on, they say, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, that's the elect being delivered. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. All right, the Most High record everything that Esau has done. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua declared the end from the beginning. All right, so the Most High knew what you was going to do, put the spirit on you to do it. All right, and and he's going to judge you for it, man. All right, so all of that, it was a long time ago, get over it, whatever. That's not how the Most High deal with it as far as judgment. All right, continuing on, it says, reward her, this verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. Double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Alright, because this place has been exalted above all the nations. Alright. I sit a queen and am no widow. Alright, that's how they feel, man. Alright. This place, sorry. This place being the all these nations having this admiration for this place, man. And this place being exalted for so long. Alright. That's why she feel like it. I sit a queen and I am no widow. Alright, this is Isaiah 47:5. Sit thou silent and get thee into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. Alright, so you know it's talking about the same place, man. Alright, just said I sit as a queen, and I shall not be a widow. Alright, but the Most High in Isaiah, I could just put on Isaiah to say, you ain't gonna be the lady of kingdoms. And when you look at the term Lady of Kingdoms, it can really only be one place. Because this is the place that has been glorified and exalted above all the other nations. Alright, no other nation is exalted to the extent. But no other nation is exalted to the extent that America has been exalted above all the other nations. Alright, it's not Russia and China. None of them. They don't. Nothing moves there. You know, as far as people following this place or following those nations. And yeah, but they not like they say moving in the Alright, it's this place. So the Most High said, you no longer gonna be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Alright, if you knocked out of power. Isaiah, we got Isaiah 14.
What's up, family?
What's up, bro?
You your stuff over here?
Nah, that ain't mine. Isaiah 14 and 10. All they that speak and say unto thee, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we, or thou become like unto us? Because they're going to get knocked from the very top to the very bottom. And this is how Esau is going to get mocked in the kingdom. All right, you see the nations, as it said in Jeremiah 50. All right, how is the hammer of the earth cut asunder? You know, this is how you're going to speak to Esau and the kingdom. That's how you're going to be looked at. Or thou become as weak as we. You know, big bad Esau with his suits and his bombs and F1, fucking whatever the play is called. Big ass jets and shit and tanks, grenades, machine guns, all that shit. Miami, LA, you know, everything that makes this man, I guess, exalted in this place. All the things that he's obtained by his wickedness. You know, they're gonna look at him like, damn, you know, is this really the dude that was running shit like that? It's gonna be unbelievable because he's gonna go back to his real state. All right, being hunched over. You seen it, you know, caveman, cave woman. All right, they're gonna go back to that. They're gonna, Gillette commercials and shit. Esau got his face shave, cool little haircut, little slick back. You know, nah, you're gonna go back to being what you is. And that's the Lord should do the evil, man. Alright. Isaiah 14:10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, or thou also become weak as we, or thou become like unto us. Alright, thy pomp is brought down to the ground or brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. All right, like pomp. All right, pomp is a show of magnificence, exaltation, majesty, or pride. All right, going back to the Lady of Kingdoms. All right, being exalted. As it said in Revelations, I am the queen, I shall be no widow. That's that pomp. You got the word pompous, which is like synonymous with arrogant, all right, with arrogancy. All right, that's gonna be knocked out his ass. Cause you ain't being an Edomite ain't gonna be nothing to be desired in the kingdom of heaven. You gonna be a loser. You know what I'm saying? Just like they look at niggas now. Jacob broke down and shit in this place. You know, niggas come around and get that look. Yeah, you know you've been in a setting. You might be a Jake. Let's say it's you or somebody else. And it's most Edomites and they give you that look like, fuck, these niggas doing here. Who left the gate? Left the fucking gate open, man. These niggas doing around, man. That's how Esau will get looked at in the kingdom. If you even allowed to, be around, man. Or walk. I'm gonna make my Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hope for the elect, be the elect, you know. I'm gonna make my Edomites crawl. You ain't never gonna be able to stand up and rep. You gotta crawl like an animal. You know? You'll never see Edomite standing up, erect or on my land, or willing to crawl on all fours, man. You're a damn dog, man. You know? But going back to the pomp being brought down to the ground, or that being brought down to the grave, or that pride and all that arrogance that you have within you is gonna get knocked out. There's gonna be nothing to be proud of. Right now, he got his little shit. Like I said, man, his little jets and shit, little technology and shit. You know, he got some shit. He was, giving on the left hand side. You know, you ain't gonna have none of that. In the kingdom of heaven, man. You gonna have shit. You know, you're just gonna be in servitude every day, except Sabbath. Just gonna be in servitude, man. All right. So the pride of this place, man, is gonna be kicked out his chest. Man. It's gonna be nothing to be fucking proud about being an Edomite. All right. But continuing on, this verse 12, Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cast down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Who's weakening the nations? All right. If you look at it right now, with Nero, 47, he got the whole world economy fucked up. Man. He's weakening the nations, literally. I mean, what the fuck? When you do the process of elimination of who this could be, who else could it be? You know? If not, where and who is it? Who else could it be that's doing this? He's weakening the nations. We're about to have hyperinflation pretty soon. Everything is expensive now, especially the oil. That shit about to be paying like $8 a gallon, man. He's fucking up everything. All right, Esau. You got the Strait of Hormuz, that he's desperately trying to, make a deal now because now he's seeing he's fucking everything up. This dude is a big idiot, man. But he's also the perfect man for the job. You need somebody in there to anger the nations. Y'all watching y'all know what he's doing. All right, got somebody in there to anger the nations, rile all the militaries up, so they can ultimately fight World War III and destroy this place. As the scripture say, how's the golden city ceased. All right, this place gonna get utterly destroyed, man. All right. I'm gonna hop to verse 16. It says, "They that see thee shall look nearly upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? All right, that's how you know who's talking about Esau. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Damn, we used to be scared of this, man. Because it's a certain fear that they have of Esau. Why he a wild boy, man. Especially when he dropped Fat Man and Little Boy. The world was in all that shit. Like, damn, they crazy. Dropping atomic bombs and shit. Let's fall back as I speak from the perspective of the heathen. Let's fall back. We gotta fall back for a minute. He taking it there, you know. All right, but once you get taken out of power, that's the shit that they gonna be saying about you. This dude, they used to be scared of this dude. Look at it, you know. I'm talking about the other heathen nations gonna be saying that they ain't shit either, and that's how they gonna be looking at you. Let alone how Israel gonna be so exalted above you, you know. That's how they gonna look at it. It's the man that used to shake kingdoms and shit. They used to drop bombs and have planes flying over our shit, bombing our children and shit. You got a lot to pay for it, man. All right. It's just a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. Who's destroying this? The fucking world, the cities thereof, with bombs and shit, invading countries. Who's doing it? See, that's what people don't understand prophecy, man. It's a process of elimination. It can only be him. Who else could it be? If not, who is it? Who else could it be? Nope. Salaki. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, who else could it be, man? Other than the Edomites. Alright? Yeah. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. Alright? Made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. Alright, that's a part of Esau's track record. Alright, if you want to talk about a record, you know, they keep a record on you here. That's a part of his fucking record. Bro. Going around, bullying the world, and fucking shit up. Destroying nations and shit, man. Alright, and I'm gonna go to Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Alright, think of all the military bases overseas. He's a proud man who neither keepeth at home. Alright, and the scripture just referred to him making the world as a wilderness. Alright, and destroying the cities thereof. That's what we do. The Edomites. Who else is doing this shit? It ain't Jake. Jake ain't got shit. Got no military. Alright. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Alright, once again, it's gonna only be talking about Esau. He's doing this shit. He's been doing this shit. And Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is gonna judge him for that. In your lifetime, I know it seemed far-fetched. Everybody think this place is just gonna go on and go on, and eventually, we'll come to peace with the nations. That shit ain't gonna happen. Alright, this place is gonna be destroyed. We're really just waiting for the RFID microchip, which is the MOTB, to be made mandatory. Then this place is being blown up. Alright, you see the makings of the RFID chip being made mandatory or being really pushed on the masses. All right. Says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? So there you go with the parable and the proverb again, as was mentioned in Isaiah 14. All right. He's sick of him, man. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with big clay. All right. Warn to him that increaseth that which is not his. Everything he has, he stole. All right. Even over there now, when you look at Venezuela, you know what that is. You know, to give it control over the oil. Now he's trying to choke Cuba out as far as all the energy and shit, because they was getting the oil from Venezuela. So he's trying to choke them out to take over that land. He was already talking about Canada. She nigga, he is as death and cannot be satisfied. Man. All right. So once again, who is it? Who is it? If I'm tripping, let me know. Who is it? Goddamn. Verse 7, shall these not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, because thou hast spoiled many nations, nations is going to spoil you. All right, so the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, got the spirit on these nations, man. All right, to bomb this nigga, man. All right, this what's gonna happen. We're gonna bomb the shit out of this place, man. All right, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and that's what he over there doing in Iran. All right, he over there just to steal some shit, get control over that oil, as he did in Venezuela. All right, because Babylon been over there in the Middle East all my life. Fucking with Ishmael. All right, but this is gonna come to a head, man. And eventually, the nations, as you see, Ishmael being a wild man in that spirit, but he just want to fight. He not coming to no agreement and sitting at no table. We past that. That's how they feel. We past that. All over here bombing us and shit. Fucking with Israel. You and your Israeli partners trying to take us out. We gonna fight y'all to the death. That's how it is. And they wasn't expecting that, because why? America is so used to jabbing at a country and then they fold. They, well, maybe America might take it to the next level, like they did over there, in Vietnam. But now these nations have nuclear weapons as well, so they don't give a fuck. You shoot on them, they gonna shoot on you, and they feel like shit. We all going down, all right? But the nation of Israel and Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, it's gonna come into power. All right, so the nations are confused as well. As the scriptures say, why did the heathen raise and imagine a vain thing? They confused too, because they seem to think if they get this place out the way, which this place will be gotten out the way through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that they will come in and be the next ruling nation, but they're not. All right, the world to come is the world of Jacob, the world of the Israelites. All right. But with that, we give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Park Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at the great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. Shalom.